These are the two things to help you know how to beat food cravings. And what we need is to know where the cravings are coming from so that we can actually address it head on instead of trying to fight the symptom, which is the craving. Let's get to the root of the craving. Let's figure out why we're having the food cravings and take care of that. All right, so number one place that cravings come from is from our hormones. So our stress hormones, and we have hunger hormones that make us feel hungry or tell us that we're not satisfied. So either one, it makes us want to eat even when we aren't hungry. We also have insulin, which is a hormone that can make us feel hungry because of a sugar crash. So whenever our insulin level gets too high, we have a crash, and our blood sugar comes down because our insulin has gone over and above what it needs to go, and so that makes us feel hungry. So what we need to do there to address that kind of a craving is to eat more healthy fats so that we feel more satisfied. That can also help with the hunger hormones as well. Eating a substantial amount of healthy fats at each of our meals. So if you are in the habit, like I used to be, of eating food that is healthy but is lower in fat, and maybe higher in carbs. Usually we compensate for low fat by eating higher carb, and that can cause us to feel hungry more often. So when I was eating like that, I would want to eat about every 3.5 hours. And now that I eat a lot of healthy fat, I only eat about twice a day, and sometimes a snack. That's it. So I feel so much more satisfied, and I'm really not hungry. I'm not craving. And sometimes if I have a craving, it's for other reasons, which we'll get to in a minute. But I know how to address them, and so that's what we're talking about here. But the real issue is addressing the hormones, addressing our hunger hormone, either by eating plenty of healthy fat or addressing our stress. That's another way that our hunger hormones can get kind of imbalanced, so that that's an easier way to explain it than what's really happening with all the biochemistry explanation and naming off all the hormones. We don't really need to know that. If you want to know that, I can certainly do another video with all that detail. But I just want you to know that whenever you are feeling overwhelmed and stressed, your hormones can get in an imbalanced state and make you have cravings. So that's going to get to our next step, which is going to help address that stress. But I want to give you one more way of helping your hormones to be in balance so that you're not having as much cravings. And that is to sleep well. Whenever we are having limited amounts of sleep, if you aren't sleeping as well, your hormones, your hunger hormones especially, will be imbalanced, and you will have cravings, and you will feel hungry when you really aren't hungry. You won't feel satisfied whenever you've had enough to eat because of those hunger hormones being imbalanced, because you haven't slept well. That is a very common issue too. So we need to sleep well, we need to address our stress, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and we need to eat healthy fats. I was like, what was that? Eat healthy fats. All right. And I wanted to say about the stress.